There's an interesting challenge about skipping booze and fapping to adult sites for 30 days that a guy named Tim Ferriss created a few years ago for his followers. Now, this is not something new to my followers, but the reason I think it's interesting is because Tim Ferriss is not someone who talks about nofap or porn addiction, but he's a very successful author and multi-million-dollar entrepreneur. So most of his followers are also entrepreneurs and are not even aware of the nofap movement. But many of those entrepreneurs decided to try that challenge, and many of them then saw some really amazing results. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. Yeah, a real voice and person behind this video, who has been involved in the porn addiction community for more than a decade now. So if you're getting sick of all these fake AI videos out there, consider subscribing. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the comments from people who tried going for 30 days without fapping. Some of these are really funny. By the way, they called this 30-day challenge Nub Num, short for no booze, no masturbation. And before we start, I also want to say that Tim said during the challenge, it is probably best to block all porn sites, which means that most people doing this challenge really took a 30-day break from watching adult sites as well, and not just fapping. And that's important info, as all my long-term subscribers know. Okay, so here we go. The first comment. Guy number 1. Damn, these results already on day 34 are insane. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. I'm so creative and full of life. I truly feel like I've been reborn, which is why I created my own thing called Reborn in 90 Days. Because after reading this page, it hit me why I've been feeling so productive as of lately. Okay, so apparently that guy felt so good that he wanted to keep it going even after the 30 days was up, which is great. By the way, full disclaimer here. Some of these comments are so long, so some of them I had to cut short, just so you know. Okay, the next guy, Raymond, says, in the past month, I've sent out 4 job applications, serious ones, became head DJ for a nightlife company, and secured gigs for another nightlife group, and signed up for the gym again, going back to exercising at least 2 times a week. And this is coming from being lazy and bitter about my job, no gigs, and only doing push-ups at home. Also, I have a shit ton of time, and instead of spending my money on porn, I'm making money from the extra effort I put into my businesses. Not bad. Fantastic! Another one experiencing great result from this challenge. Now the next comment comes from a guy who, from the looks of it, already knew about the harmful effects of porn, because he says, quote, Tim, as a 21-year-old, I found myself with ED, which I thought was impossible. I immediately found a very informative site called Your Brain on Porn and realized this happened to tons of other young guys too. I went 15 weeks without porn or masturbation and my problem was gone. It was quite a nerve-wracking time, especially with girls, school, work, partying, and so on. Yeah, so I don't even think I need to comment on that one. I think every single one of my own subscribers know that I'm fully aware of PIED and that quitting corn will reverse the problem. But it was good that he wrote the comment though, so that all the other entrepreneurs could see it and learn about it. And here comes another one who has heard about the benefits of cutting out corn, and he says, quote, thank you for the inspiring and illuminating practice. I've been porn-free with limited masturbation for a few years. My sense of well-being, romantic connection, and life overall are radically improved. Men in our society could benefit from more open discussion about these issues. There's so much untapped potential and opportunity that gets clouded with our contemporary relationship to sexuality. Heedlessness is a word I'd like to consider, and this applies to booze too. And Jamie says, quote, once you stop, you feel more alive, energized, focused, driven, productive. Addiction is attraction to a feeling. Emming feels good, but not emming feels great once you get past the sleepless night. Let yourself feel great then. Yo, cheers. Exactly, and what I want to underscore from that comment is the more driven and productive part, because those are the best benefits I myself get from this. Okay, but enough about me. Paul says, quote, "This is a great idea. A few years back, I gave up masturbation for quite a while. I cannot remember exact time. Felt full of energy, and just being near a female felt exciting again. With the boosting I found around the time I fancy a drink, I plan another activity like working out or writing something. I suppose the same could be applied to masturbation." Unquote. Yep, that's a good insight right there. The next guy says, quote, "I have been fab-free for 39 days and counting now. And I can honestly say that during these last 39 days, I have been the most productive I ever have been. I've wrote 15,000 words in my forthcoming book in one single weekend. I hadn't written that much in 6 months, not to mention many other areas that have improved. I started this pact June 27th after reading an article claiming that the abundance of porn we're consuming is rewiring men's brains and is having serious negative effects on our ability to enjoy real sex with a real-life woman. Just Google porn rewiring men's minds and you have plenty to read up on. This was enough to scare me into digging a little deeper. Lo and behold, there was more than enough research to support this hypothesis when I stumbled across this TED talk called The Great Porn Experiment. I had to really consider that the implications of porn addiction were far more serious than I ever imagined. As much as I wanted to convince myself it was just harmless self-gratification, I couldn't unlearn what I had uncovered." Unquote. Oh cool, so there was a guy who apparently had discovered Gary Wilson's content, which is great. John says, quote, "I did this kind of challenges a couple of times for a few weeks and noticed some effects that happened. Testosterone will rise up. You'll be more confident. Your sex drive will increase. You'll become more social. Speaking with strangers will be easier. You'll be more focused. Your eyes will be like sharp blades. Watch women in their eyes. Don't look away when you get eye contact and you'll see what I mean. You'll get that strong vibe around you which will be noticed by everyone around you, especially women. It's like they can sense it." And many more benefits. So give it a try and see for yourself. It will be worth it, I promise. Unquote. And Raymond says, quote, "I recommend you check out this website, yourbrainonporn.com. It will answer your concerns about porn and masturbation. If you suffer from a lot of the symptoms of porn addiction, such as lack of energy, vitality, and libido, chances are that watching porn but not masturbating is making it worse, because it's not busting nuts itself that is the problem, as so many of us think. It's the constant stimulation of the brain when you watch porn that causes it to react to the high like a drug." Unquote. Yeah, so I wanted to give Raymond the last word here because I 100% agree with him. As I always have said in my videos, it is rebooting and quitting porn that will give you 99% of all the benefits. Now, of course, you can also do retention if you want to. But again, the main focus in today's modern world should be to stay the hell away from all those online, super stimulating adult websites. Because they just fry your dopamine receptors and your dopamine system. And if you have problems with staying away from those and are searching for a bit of extra help, a good place to start is by grabbing my 90-day no PMO advice and tool guide by using the link below. It doesn't cost anything, it's 100% free. And okay guys, click on the video to the right on the screen right here if you want to know what real sex feels like after quitting porn. Just click on it right now and you'll see exactly what I mean. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Consider subscribing for more, and as always, I wish you all the best on your journey to become a dopamine-focused warrior.